Capernaum was a small town beside the Sea of Galilee, chosen by Jesus as the center of his ministry. Many of the miracles attributed to Jesus took place in this quiet fishing village, hometown of the apostles Peter, Andrew, James, and John, as well as the tax collector Matthew. In the early 1900s, the land of Israel was desolate and empty, largely a desert. Centuries of abuse had robbed the land of its forests, vegetation, and natural beauty. In 1901, Keren Kayamet LeIsrael Jewish National Fund was established and began raising money to purchase tracts of land throughout their ancient homeland. As the guardians of the land of promise, they have now planted over 250 million trees and developed the land in many other ways. KKL-JNF also located, researched, and restored many of Israel's unique archaeological and historical sites. The land flowing with milk and honey is being restored to its former beauty.
Around the Sea of Galilee are many archaeological sites important for Christians, including Capernaum, Magdala, Tabcha, and others. The Jewish National Fund has created a gospel trail which extends around the Sea of Galilee, and it's along this route that the bikers can go from site to site and visit the holy sites.
Capernaum is situated beside the Sea of Galilee, in the territory of the tribe of Naphtali. It was here in Peter's house that the Gospels record the healing of Peter's mother-in-law, as well as the healing of a crippled man let down through the roof. Christians have been visiting the house of Peter at Capernaum in Galilee since the dawn of pilgrimage journeys. Thanks to the testimonies they left behind, we know just which dwelling became Capernaum's first Christian house of worship.
This is the house of Peter. On top you can see the remains of an octagonal church which was built in the 5th century, but it marks the place where the house was located. And in excavations, the remains of a structure were found with inscriptions of pilgrims on the walls. The place itself was visited by the pilgrim Egeria, and she describes the house itself, describes what goes on inside. Right at the bottom are the remains of a house dating from the 1st century. Is it the house of Peter? It would seem so.
No less than 131 inscriptions adorn the walls. Jesus' name appears frequently, as does Peter's, along with crosses, pilgrims' names, prayers and blessings, written in a number of languages, including Greek and Hebrew. Eventually, in the mid-4th century, a large church was built here with Peter's house as its centerpiece, and some years ago, a modern church also went up. These walls, old and new, attest to continuing Christian reverence for the site of some of the best-loved healing stories of Jesus' Galilee ministry.